folks. Welcome to Follow the Leader, podcast focused on telling character-driven stories through the use of GM-less tabletop games where we can all take the lead. Fun games with fun people. I'm saying this on air so that y'all know how I feel.
We appreciate you.
You can find us on Twitter at FTLcast and at FTLcast.com. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. Today we're playing The Best Around by Austin Ramsay, and yes, I did just have to double check that was the title, because I am paranoid that I've been getting it wrong for the last 2 weeks. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. Congratulations! You have qualified to participate in the tournament, capital T, the most prestigious competition in this or any land. You will play a face, heel, or mysterious meddler with your history interwoven with the other competitors. This isn't your final destination, as your quest will eventually take you elsewhere, but this is a great time to fight your companions, make friends out of your rivals, and prepare for the next step of your adventure. Inspired by stories like Marvel's Secret Wars, Hunter x Hunter's Heaven Arena, reality TV competitions like Iron Chef, just sports in general, and professional wrestling. I'm Mac. You can find me on Twitter at Citadel of Swords. You can find the games that I write at citadelofswords.itch.io. You can find the other podcast that I do, Dumb Kids Playing Hero, at DKPH Pod on Twitter. And I'll talk about the guild later. And playing with me today we have...
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm the creator of this game. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter at notanin, that's Notaninn. And you can find all of my game design work at austin-ramsay.itch.io. And you can find the podcast that I'm on at You Don't Meet in an Inn, wherever you get your podcasts from.
Hi, I'm Sam. You can find me on Twitter at SAKalo, and you can find my art at samkalo.art. That's www.samkalo.art. If you don't type the www, it just, doesn't work. It's, old internet time.
Weird.
Huh.
Right? It doesn't automatically insert it in there. If you try to go there without that, it just is that's not a website.
Kitty Cat War Crimes?
Kitty Cat War Crimes is another podcast that I do. It's a Warrior Cats rereading podcast, and I really need to edit the second episode. You can find that only on Twitter and on Podbean, because I can't figure out how to put it on other podcatchers. And that is at KCWC Pod on Twitter.
I'm Jade. I'm the English one. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at JadeOxfordRose. And if you are a fan of Animorphs, you can come along and listen to the Escafil Files, which is an Animorphs Book Club podcast that I co-host with Danielle from The Room Where It Happened, and who also GM'd Dumb Kids Playing Hero that I also play on. But you can find Escafil Files at Escafil Files. That's ESCAFILFILES. Escafil Files.
Yeah, if you like Animorphs, you should definitely listen to Dumb Kids Playing Hero. That's our Animorphs-inspired actual play. We are all of those podcasts, including Kitty Cat War Crimes, which is an affiliate, and the rest of us are just part of Standing Stones, not-for-profit podcasting guild. You can find the shit that we do at Stones_standing, because, of course, Standing Stones was already taken. Our lines, things that we absolutely do not want to see, are homophobia and transphobia, racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, all of the isms, violence against children and animals, sexual assault, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, unwanted pregnancy, plagues, and pandemics. Our veils, which are things we're fine with addressing but we'll just fade to black on, are steamy situations, graphic descriptions of bodily harm, and terminal illness. The Best Around also uses the X card. If something shows up that we do not want to see, we can X-card it, and it will just immediately be removed from play, and it never happened! Ha 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 ha! And that, I think, is our safety stuff, because I think rating we'll get into in actually figuring out what the tournament looks like. Now that I've talked everybody's ears off for the last 10 minutes, let's get started.
Yeah. Drum roll.
Woo! I think I just peaked.
Yeah. No, you've got so much more to give.
I definitely...
I'm pasting an image address in here.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
I definitely peaked with the announcer voice. I know that I'm no Zach Fredrickson, but I think I did pretty good there.
You did a pretty good job there, yeah.
Zach does have the advantage of, like, testosterone to get those real low bassy notes, though. Like, it's impressive.
Yeah. I could probably do that too now, actually.
Okay.
My voice is quite high normally because I just speak pretty high up in my chest. But, like, I can go lower. I just don't tend to.
I, like, could go lower if I really wanted to,
So much work.
but I don't have a trained chest voice.
That's fair.
So
You know what? I mean, a couple of my characters, I think, do have kind of deeper voices. Like, I kind of go a little
Okay.
downwards for those.
Yo.
but-
I'm just,
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just, like, aware that we're already running late.
this is what happens when you get me and Sam into the same room.
It's true. It's
Okay.
just it's the concentrated ADHD energy.
Let's talk about the tournament.
Let's do it.
So, to give Mac a break from reading, everyone works together to answer the following questions about the tournament. After picking some items from the list below, we've already picked these out, but we'll go through what the options are, and then we'll tell you what we chose. We can flesh out any additional details we feel are important for our tournament. And what we have decided ahead of time, that the tournament is magical and part of a larger festival. It is located in the underworld. That's the afterlife, not the film series with the vampires and the werewolves. Or
Although
is
that
it?
was on the table at one point.
Yeah, underworld world. Yeah.
And Underworld World.
And the competitors are participating because it's a chance for glory, or it's about glory, and it is a chance to meet the tournament's founder, Fallon, who is the Persephone of this underworld.
I love, okay, hold on a second. I do love, with our additional details, that we still having it be part of a larger festival.
Look, a festival is the best time to hide your illegal street race.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Or, like, here's the thing, is, like, it's an illegal street race, but, like, everybody knows it's happening.
Yes,
Like,
as we just alluded to, it is a street race. Specifically, it is an illegal muscle-powered race around the underworld. This is people running. This is people on roller skates. This is people on bicycles, scooters, skateboards.
We're doing all of it.
This is like roller derby meets Fast and the Furious in the underworld.
Let's fucking go. In terms of establishing our rating, hopping back a little bit in the text, for safety stuff, we choose an established rating. Movies, television, and video games all receive ratings that indicate the types of content that will appear in that piece of media. Choosing one of those ratings that everyone is familiar with is a good place to start assessing the tone of the game. So we have all ages, children, adolescents, teens, and adults. We are not going with adults, because that's like NC-17 rated movies, and that's not what this sounds like.
No.
that seems to go past a couple of our lines and veils, too.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
teens is probably where we're at.
Yeah, any game that involves me as a player is teen by default because of language.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, does the rating system involve language?
It does.
Oh, it
Foul
does.
language.
Foul language. I'm a walking guaranteed PG-13 rating with the amount I swear.
I have a very important question, though. Can we go with cartoon physics levels of violence?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
Good.
If I'm gonna be running on the sides of walls and shit,
Yeah.
it absolutely.
Just Spider-Ham with the giant mallet that comes from nowhere.
Oh my god, amazing. Jesus Christ.
Thank God. I mean, that's where that does mean that my luck of the draw move is gonna be a lot of like pulling some sort of like large magical card out of just like a fucking like pocket dimension.
It's very Tiny Toons. I love it.
Yeah, perfect.
It's time to duel.
When I get to
this is gonna be like a fucking magical girl animation.
Oh, let me tell you, when it gets to me unleashing my character's special move, you're gonna see some shit.
Oh, let's go. So with the tournament we have discussed, let's talk our characters. So, Austin, I'm throwing you under the bus here.
That's fine. I am the guest after all.
It's funny because we're not going to be able to top this.
It's true. We're not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
We just follow in the wake of this.
So I am playing Spiegel Spinel. His pronouns are he, him. His specialty is endurance running. His special move is the 7 League Stride. He's a heel. And his look is that he's about 6'6", and he wears a red velour tracksuit with gold trim, and he's a skeleton.
For those of you who are listening, in probably January, we're recording this in October. It's Halloween season.
The skeleton war is coming to the underworld. Alright, keep going.
His qualities are that he's arrogant, congenial, and vicious. He seeks ultimate power to crush those who still have their muscles. And what set him on his path to villainy is that he woke up in the underworld without flesh. He's just mad jelly, y'all.
Amazing.
This is a good game.
Really good game.
Already, like we're building this beautiful setting and this beautiful whatever the fuck that is. Oh god, I'm next, huh?
Yep, that's you.
All right. I am playing a new character on this podcast. And it's a new character because I made him up today.
Literally half an hour ago.
Literally half an hour ago. And for reference, we were supposed to start recording almost an hour ago.
It really do feel like that sometimes.
So I am playing a character named Daydream Sierra. His pronouns are he, they. His look is tall, but like a little beefy, like one particular artist's rendition of Buff Legolas that they always tagged as Legolas Green Beef.
Correct. Yes, Buff Legolas.
So I'm going with like sort of a Buff Legolas look.
Oh, that's a Dorito right there.
It sure is. His specialty is free running and gymnastics. He was a professional gymnast before he died. And he did a lot of free running on the side as like a fun thing that he did for fucking like Vines and TikToks and shit. His special move is Luck of the Draw, which is a fun little reference to a cursed thing, and we're gonna move on from there. He's a heel. Why does he seek ultimate power? To encounter and crush interesting opponents. Basically, why he seeks ultimate power is, I don't know, mate, I'm genuinely just here for a laugh. His 3 qualities are glamorous, confident, and a piece of shit. And what set him on his path to villainy is that he had shitty parents, and so he just liked to bully his friends, because it's fun.
Great.
I set out with this character to make a Vriska. I have done so.
You have succeeded. You did it.
I did it. I made a Vriska.
Before you introduce your character, Mac, Loki just stood on the control panel and hit stop on my recording.
Cats.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious.
Looking cute at me. You are a menace to society.
That is absolutely staying in the episode.
He's just rolled onto his side and showed me his belly, so...
Speaking of menaces to society, no, I'm kidding. I'm not playing that character today. No, actually, I'm playing a character we all know and love. Her name is Meryl Whitmer. Her former roller derby name is Melee McPain, which I have not gotten to say in a very long time, which I'm very happy. So I'm very happy right now. Her pronouns are she, her. Her look is basically just Tessa Thompson and Sorry to Bother You, overalls, hair and fun buns, big earrings, big grin, just like the sweetest girl you ever did see. However, she was a former star jammer in her roller derby team in the living world, so all of those skills are still here. I don't have a name for her special move. I think it's just...
Bam.
I think they just... Yeah, like I'm thinking either Bamf or they just shout Melee McPain. Bring the McPain. I don't know. One of those things. Her faction is face and like a baby face. Like the most face you could ever find. There's no chance of a heel turn in this girl's future at all. She's not capable of it. She won't do it. Nope. Why do you go on your adventures? To have fun and learn something new from everyone I meet. She definitely comes off as a little bit naive. She is not. Her qualities are idealistic, lighthearted, and impulsive. And her moral compass is, I have a big heart, and you really don't need any more than that.
To round out this group of competitors, I am bringing back the Vulpine Regent themselves, Coyote Sparks. Their look is long red hair, golden eyes, a brush tail, and a sharp, toothy smile. Their faction is the Mysterious Meddlers. The interests that they serve is the Fae, funnily enough. Their qualities are charming, tempestuous, and cunning. And what keeps them apart from the other two factions is Coyote's not actually dead. Rather, they're an envoy of sorts in the underworld, and as such can be killed while they are here.
Yikes.
So you know.
Big yikes.
Their speciality is shape-shifting into the furred and feathered beasts of the forest. And their special move is Foxfire.
I love them. I did not think about the last time on in the slightest.
Yeah, the last time on is the game that we all played together. I don't think it's unfair to say out loud that this is a Firebrands hack. And so we have a game that helps establish who these people are, what they've been up to, and a chance to get some hooks with each other. So for the setup, for the last time on, the game that we all play, the tournament is fast approaching. Everyone is just now arriving at the tournament's location, but let's see what they were up to in the last few weeks. Everyone's going to answer one or more of the prompts in their faction section. You can choose a suggested answer, create your own, but your answers create something noticeable about your fighter's state, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. We'll all pick our answers, then take turns describing them. When two players intersect, we'll go into detail about how they're connected, but if there's disagreement about what happened, except that the two competitors' views of the events are contradictory, possibly to be explored later, every competitor gains 1 token from their recent experiences. Oh, before we do this, who is going to be the timekeeper?
I can.
Wicked.
I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. So after the end of the game, we will add a mark to the final countdown, which is a mechanic we'll explain as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Final countdown.
I really wish that I had a kazoo. I just want to toot in everybody's ears. Someone record a kazoo track of Final Countdown to play on every time it gets mentioned as like a little jingle.
Just underneath the words, the final countdown.
If my keyboard was plugged in right now, it is right next to me. I could switch to the kazoo thing.
No, oh god, no.
No, I'm saying to either August or Zach or whoever it is that ends up editing this, just drop in the kazoo track.
Just
fix
it in
Drop
post.
yeah.
The kazoo drop.
Kazoo drop. If that ain't an episode title at some point, I either want Kazoo drop or Underworld World as the episode title.
Both
but
really
whatever.
good.
Anyway.
Both really good.
Both good. Last time on.
Austin, do you want to take us off first?
Yeah, sure thing. So, my recent defeat is due to my allies' incompetence.
Go fuck yourself.
I was actually not thinking of you, Daydream. I think it'd probably some other NPC who I don't know. Call them Mikey McBones.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna add that to my relationships.
Awful.
And so, additionally, one of my fellow heels, Mikey in this case, was defeated. So I finished off the weakling and my power has increased.
I see. Okay. You've absorbed his power. Charged your
Mhm.
crystals. My recent victory is due to my foe's foolish sentimentality. Sorry. My foes' foolish sentimentality.
My fools.
My fools. Fuck. Here we go.
I made a new friend. Or at least I want to think of them as my friend.
I love Meryl.
I love Meryl so much. Who should I bring in as an NPC to be Meryl's quote-unquote friend?
Joe.
No, Joe's actually a friend.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand the whole quote-unquote friend thing.
Quixote.
I will take Morden, yes. Yes, I will take Morden, thank you. MLM Wooloo Solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we writing down NPCs somewhere?
Oh yeah, we should do maybe an NPC list. I know, or we can just put them under individual relationships.
That's what I did with Mikey McBones.
Should we have relationships with each other?
Probably. I just realized my window's open. 1 second.
I mean, that's not in the rules, but I'm sure they'll develop as we play.
Great. Just checking to make sure that we didn't just skip a step.
Yeah, no.
Okay, cool.
If people want to add their answers, I just don't want to lose track of what's being said in my attempt to type under the last time on just what people are saying. I've already put Austin.
I got it.
Thank you. All right. Because it's funny and I do like to do and because we have 2 heals and it's fun and good, the heal's recent success is due to them using me as a hostage.
Interesting.
Entanglements.
So we should probably talk about what that was.
I mean, that ties in well with Daydream's answer.
Mm-hmm.
My foe's foolish sentimentality. That was a different voice than I did before. Sometimes that happens.
I think that's just Taco.
Look, I did say that I was going to be playing Avrisca with the Taco voice.
No. What I'm saying is I think that's the Taco coming out. Is just like the voice just shifts and modulates weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? That's very true. You know, I'll go with it. Yeah.
Roll with it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so this is like the last couple of weeks. Like, what was this thing that happened that warranted taking a hostage? What was the recent success?
I mean, we say hostage. Hostage is such a
such a dirty word.
Hostage is such a strong word.
Would you prefer an unwilling guest?
You were just keeping us company.
Against my better judgment and wishes.
I'm sure you'd come around to it eventually.
Is that how that works?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And I think there's the tale. I just imagine that conversation happening in character. Also, I want to establish Quixote is like 4'11" when in
tiny.
their humanoid
I love them.
form.
They're so little.
Meryl meets them as like someone who's smaller than me.
But yes, and when I say they have long red hair, I mean like to the small of their back, long, and then there is a tail. So you know, it's.
I have a drawing of Quixote actually that I can share.
You do? Oh, the one from when we did Dungeon Karma.
Yeah, I think I made them a little bit tall actually.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at this image
I think
again,
it's just because they're stood next to Adlai.
Well, yeah, Adlai's supposed to be like 6 foot something, which means that Quixote should be like at his waist.
But yes, but Quixote is like short and round, and a pointy smile.
And perfect.
But yes.
Yes.
So
I think I drew this based off of a Pickroo, which is why it might not be perfectly accurate.
Pit crews be that way sometimes. But yes. It wasn't just like you, by having me as a hostage, I was just out of the way for something.
Well, because like specifically mine is like foolish sentimentality, which means probably somebody gave up on the race to come get you.
Yeah. I like that.
Assumedly.
Mhm.
The qualifiers.
Yes. So somebody,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be Edward. Poor Sir Edward.
Oh God.
Rip Edward.
All right.
I mean, it tracks because he's dead. So he's always dead.
He sure is. Ooh, my audio just peaked there.
But all right, so I have met, like, was it just your thing though, Sam, for Daydream, or were like the other heels aware that you did this?
I feel like the other heels were probably aware of this. This was like a group effort, I feel.
Wicked. God, the visual of a fucking 4'11" fox fae staring up at a 6'6" skeleton looking deeply unimpressed is just mwah. Mwah.
It's extremely good. I mean, I also do imagine Daydream just like throwing Quixote over his shoulder and like walking off.
That's just very funny to me.
Because Quixote is 4'0" and
Like,
Daydream is like buff Legolas.
also, they can
big.
like turn into a myriad of things, but they let themselves be taken. I mean, that's the whole vibe with the meddlers, is that they just like, they make things interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun. That's why I was like, ooh, I think I will take this faction. 'Tis good shit. But yeah, so that is what happened with me. So that's the only intersect we had. So do we move on to the next game?
Does anyone have one that they want to do, other than the big match?
I was gonna say, so do we usually follow a turn order for the games? Is just like the order that we are in the dock?
We usually do, but we could just start somewhere in the turn order. If somebody has a game they want to play,
Yeah.
and then we'll just follow the turn order from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just so long as everyone gets one per round, sort of thing.
Yeah. I was just gonna force you to start, Austin, because you're a guest.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't have a better idea, so.
Okay. Then I am going to make some noise.
Hey.
Oh boy.
And do that game. So, for Make Some Noise, choose another competitor to confront. Decide together what the nature of your disagreement is, where the confrontation is occurring, and who else is present. I am going to choose Meryl.
Oh boy. Here we go.
So, what's the nature of our disagreement, and where is this confrontation occurring, and who else is present? I bet I said that roller derby isn't a real sport.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's actually a lot of reasons why Meryl would throw down, but that's a good one.
Did you overhear me saying this, or did I just like? No, I absolutely just like.
You said it to my face, and I just like rip off one of my gloves and throw it. I'm like, that's it, let's go.
Yeah. So where did this happen?
Was it on the track?
Maybe it's in like sort of the. Oh, what if it's like the competitors like hangout like lounge or like bar or whatever?
It has to be a bar,
yeah.
right? Because this is like illegal street racing. So what if it is just like a bar that's been commandeered for the occasion?
Yeah.
I think Meryl, like, I came in and I noticed her, and then I said to Daydream, I was like, roller derby. That's not even a real sport.
Sorry, the voice.
Good voice.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm just gonna go. I just want to name the bar really quick. I think it's called the Monkey's Uncle.
Yes, good.
And Meryl like puts down her glass, takes off her glove, and like throws it, and it just kind of like thwaps off of the back of Spiegel's skull.
I was gonna,
Say that to my face next time, asshole.
I was gonna say, Morden will take your drink, just kick his ass. I've got your drink, and start drinking it.
I love Morden so much.
He turns around very slowly. The tracksuit on him is sort of weirdly fitting since he doesn't, have any flesh. It's like singed in at the wrists and the ankles so that it stays on. And he just bends down. How tall is Meryl?
She's my height, so she's 5'3". So she's a solid foot to a foot and a half shorter than he is.
Yeah, so he bends at the waist until his face is right in front of hers and says, "Roller derby is not a real sport."
Fist to the nose.
I mean, he's a skeleton.
He doesn't have a nose.
Yeah, that's the joke.
So does your swing go wide, or does it crack off of his skull?
Oh, it cracks off his skull.
Okay.
Oh, she connects.
All right. So,
Amazing.
how do you look to me, and what's your mood?
She's definitely mad, but she's got she's a little spitfire. So she's I feel like people can be cowed and intimidated. I mean, maybe not by the velour tracksuit, but by a 6'6" tall skeleton. And she's just meet me in the fucking pit, asshole. Let's go. I'm ready to go. She's not taking it.
All right.
I'll show you a real sport.
So Spiegel absolutely looks unfazed and is unimpressed. That's sort of his look and mood. So I guess that's sort of since Make Some Noise is about making a case to an audience. That's what this game is. So I guess our positions are that roller derby is not a real sport, and roller derby is a fucking awesome sport.
It takes a lot of athletic power to do roller derby, and I'll prove it.
All right. So, Sam and Jade, you're our audience. Are you gonna? Is it your characters or also the just the crowd at the bar?
I think, yeah. I mean,
Hi, wait, I have a question.
go on, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
How does your character drink at a bar if he's a skeleton?
Messily.
It's the underworld.
Okay.
It's fine. It works out.
I'd say Coyote is definitely
Sorry.
Coyote is definitely there, sat on a bar stool, legs crossed very neatly, tail swishing behind them, just watching with interest. But definitely, I feel like this is just the crowd at the bar, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Daydream's also in this crowd, but he's just sort of drinking. He's only kind of watching this because it's funny.
Okay, so before we begin, gotta agree to the stakes. So, they can be the winner gains a token, the loser must discard a token, neither or both.
I have
And
a question about the loser must discard a token.
yeah, so we don't have any tokens right now, so that's not really viable.
Aren't you supposed to get one from last time on? Don't you just get one for that happening?
Yes, you are correct.
So everyone
Yep.
should have a token.
Yes.
Austin knows the rules to his own game.
Look, I wrote.
Mac
wrote,
is not allowed to judge you.
No, I am not judging. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
I literally threw out half the rules to my own game when we played it on the podcast. I'm not saying shit. I'm just pointing out.
We all have one token. I'm keeping track of my tokens by dyeing my token, box a color.
Okay, so what are the stakes? Winner gains a token, loser must discard a token, or both, or neither. You got any input on this, Meryl?
I don't really care.
All right.
I don't play to win, so it's it's fine. I play to win right here, right now, but I don't play to win in the competition itself. So
that sounds like the loser must discard a token to me.
It does. Does seem like that.
I am at a distinct disadvantage here because I'm the only face.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Okay, so during the discussion, anyone can ask for details about the setting, occasion, and circumstances. Playing the game. The audience conducts the confrontation. Audience members take turns posing challenges to the two competitors. Both of them must answer each challenge. You decide who goes first or let one of them volunteer. Once both have answered the challenge, each of the audience members awards 1 point to the one who you think gave the best answer. Everyone must choose. If either player goes on too long, you can cut them off and award 1 point to their opponent, or else just ask them to finish quickly. They are also not allowed to interrupt or rebut one another. If one of them does, immediately cut them off and give their opponent 1 point. So there's a list of challenges here, which I don't think we need to read out all of them.
Nah. I also want to say, I do want to say really quickly, out of character, as an ex-endurance runner, Spiegel has no fucking leg to stand on right now. None at all. None at fucking all.
Amazing.
So after 3 challenges, compare points. Whoever has more has the audience's support. Resolve any stakes that the two competitors agreed to before the confrontation. So,
Alrighty, who's going first?
well, Jade and Sam, you gotta pose the challenge.
We gotta find a challenge, yeah.
Okay.
Jay, do you want to just go back and forth and pose challenges?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. I'm a big fan of the last one, which is please threaten to have a brief fight over your difference in position. After your answers, secretly hold 0 to 2 tokens in a closed fist. Once ready, reveal how many tokens are in hand. The competitor holding the most tokens given the best answer and must discard these tokens. On a tie, neither competitor has given an answer worthy of points, and neither must discard any tokens they held. I don't understand why, anything about this question. It's just good.
It won't.
Please threaten to have a brief fight over your difference in position is basically equivalent to Meryl being like, just fucking fight me, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
The way that we're going to prove that roller derby is a real sport is by me decking you.
Okay. Do you actually want to do that one, or will it not work while we only have 1 token each?
Everybody only has 1 token, so I don't think it's going to work, but I do like it as a concept.
Because it's fun and it fits with the vibe. Challenge 1. Please make a personal attack on your opponent's character.
Oh, thank God. I was hoping someone would pick that one.
Excellent.
One of you needs to volunteer to go first, or I will pick you. Meryl, go first.
Okay.
Meryl just kind of looks Spiegel in the eye and is like, first of all, what kind of motherfucker walks into a bar when the competition isn't even going on to pick a fight with someone half their size? Flips the bird.
Love it.
I actually legitimately dislike this game because I'm really bad at coming up with things, but I love being able to insult people.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't pick a fight with anyone. In fact, I think you might be the motherfucker in this case.
Oh my God. Just that voice saying that thing is just...
It's very funny, and I really like it. Please explain.
Who won that exchange?
Who won that? Oh, we get to decide that, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We each give a point to who... We both give a point.
Oh, we each give a point?
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving my point to Meryl.
I'm giving my point to Spiegel because, he just said a thing. She's the one that started a fight.
Jade, how could you betray me like this?
I'm a meddler. Look at my faction.
No, it's fine.
I'm yes-anding.
Please explain how your position carries the weight of tradition, law, and social order. I'd love to hear how you come up with this.
This is why I hate this game.
What kind of a team sport involves roller skates. That's absurd. It's clearly rolling around on roller skates. That's the most ridiculous thing possible. No one, no officer of the law would appreciate such things. No elderly citizen would appreciate such things. This is not a team sport that is respected.
Oh boy. No. I know. No. That's out of character because I know what I'm going to say, but I don't know how to say it in character.
Oh, okay. I thought what you were saying is I know what I'm gonna say, and I know it's gonna be it's gonna go badly, but I have to lean into the character choice, which is a different kind of oh no.
No. I don't have that with Meryl because Meryl's just me. Something. Important lesbian traditions. Doesn't matter what the police and what elderly people think because it's a big symbol that we are here, we are queer, and we'll fucking kick your ass. That's the whole bit.
Amazing.
I love it. Also, I feel like I wanna, in like a really brief summary of the setting of the previous game that is like theoretically within the same setting, is that people sort of come from all sorts of different like worlds and settings and end up in the same afterlife, which is like a shitty like industrial hellscape.
Hadestown.
Mm-hmm.
Basically
it's
just Hadestown.
Basically just Hadestown. But so like I love just imagining that all these characters came from just the most wildly different backgrounds and the most wildly different settings with different like practically different laws of physics. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Meryl just came from the 90s.
Yeah, Meryl's just here from the 90s.
I'm gonna give my point to Meryl for that.
I'm also gonna give my point to Meryl.
Take that, skeleton fucker.
I think what it looks like is there's a lot of cheering for some clearly, obviously queer people, Morden included. Just like, yeah, fuck the man and all that jazz.
Woo!
I mean, it's an illegal. I mean, I love that question, considering we've opted to do an illegal street race, and the thought of somebody trying to make an argument from the position of law is very funny and good.
That's why I chose that one, honestly.
All right, challenge 3. See, I love that challenge, but I also would never want it inflicted on me, so I'm not picking it.
Which one?
The one about express your position in the form of a slogan, because it's hard.
Oh yeah, that's the worst one.
Yeah,
that's hard. Also, Austin, please know that we're dunking on this in a like this is hard. It's fun, but it's hard.
No.
Yeah. I hate this version of... I hate all versions of this game across all brand systems.
It's hard. It's
a hard one.
Yeah.
I try to avoid getting into it if at all possible.
I'd like to hear explained how, because I am a shit stirrer, and I think this is Coyote, like encouraging this, is that explain how your opponent's position has merit and is worth real consideration.
I knew that you were going to say that one too.
I also knew this.
we all been know. I'd like Spiegel to go first on this one.
All right. Now, I'm just a simple endurance runner. I come from a long, fine tradition of endurance running. And I can see that there is some merit to roller derby, it being a team effort, and perhaps one day, once it's cleaned up its act some, then it'll be worth a real consideration as a sport. Perhaps, maybe even someday it could get into the Junior Olympics.
That's homophobia right there.
That was amazing, honestly.
Straight up.
I'm sorry.
Cleaned up its act some?
Oh, fuck.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cross a line if that
No,
was
you're
okay.
good. No, you're good.
No,
you're
it's good. No.
No,
It's good.
That's in character, Meryl being like, that was fucking homophobic.
You, Austin, have not crossed a line.
Okay.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
great.
You're so fine.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm gonna mirror shit.
Now, I'm no big city chicken.
Now I can understand that people would look at roller derby and think it's not a sport because there ain't a ball involved or any of that sort of typical sport shit.
I was about to say, does Meryl have a southern accent now?
Yeah, it's funny actually because I've been thinking about trying to put it on with Soul being her sister and Soul having a southern accent. So
Yes, good. Lean in.
So I'm leaning in.
Do it. Yeah. No, I was just like, I was trying to figure out if she was mocking, what's his name? Or
No.
if this was a legit character choice.
No, this is a legit character choice that I'm mirroring slightly and leaning into something I've been thinking about for her for a while.
Totally. Go on.
But at the same time, I will say that people still argue that wrestling's a sport, and we're basically doing the same shit. So, I'm just saying, not all sports involve balls. Looks down, looks up again. Winks.
Amazing.
Sorry, I was facing away from my microphone there, but
It was good.
excellent. I mean, I'm gonna give my point to Meryl again.
All right.
For a low-hanging testicles joke.
Yes.
I'm going to give my point to Spiegel, who was, while a little condescending, genuinely seemed to be trying to make a valid argument. So,
All right. So that means that
I mean, that's
Meryl
fair.
wins this game or this argument
Hell yeah.
with 4 points to Spiegel's 2. And so,
Yeah.
with that, I guess Spiegel sort of scoffs and walks away as clearly he has lost this argument, but clearly is pretending he is not, or is ignoring the loss rather, I guess.
mm-hmm.
And I lose a token as well, and
Typical.
I'll mark the final countdown.
Da-da-da-da. Sorry.
No, it's good. We just played a final countdown as our closing theme. Meryl just goes back to her drink and it's just clinks it with Morden, cheers.
Cheers, darling. All right, Sam.
Oh God. Okay. I forgot, of course, that in making Austin go first, I now have to go next.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at Reveling in Glory. Not one that we can do right now, but that looks fun.
I'm going to save it for round 2.
Yeah, let's save it for round 2. Maybe a training montage? I'm not sure. It's fun. It's weird because I don't have really any connections to any of the other characters yet. Really, I'm gonna have one with Coyote. I want to do a scene with Meryl, unfortunately, but I don't have any way to do that. So I guess I'll do a scene with Coyote.
That's hilarious because I was going to do a training montage as a scene with Coyote.
I just like the idea that after kidnapping Coyote, we have this sort of weird antagonistic friendship now.
Sure, I'm down.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to do a training montage with Coyote. So here's the setup of this game. Choose another competitor to help you train, though other competitors may join if it makes sense for them to do so. What do you notice about each other? What have you heard? Where are you training? How did you come to be here? Is the training lighthearted or severe? During the training, anybody can ask for details about the setting, occasion, and circumstances. And then playing the game is take turns asking each other questions. Each of you gets to ask the other trainer 2 questions, and then the training ends. If other players have joined the montage, they each get to ask 2 questions, one of each trainer. Everybody present takes turns asking their questions. Answers must be a yes or a no, but can be elaborated on as little or as much as the player wishes. So I'm going to say, for the setting, where we're training, how did we come to be here, whether is it light or severe, I like the idea that they're just hanging out on a rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
And we sort of, this is not during the time when you were kidnapped, but it is later where we somehow just end up hanging out. Or I kidnap you again, but in a more fun way and sort of a, hey, let's hang out, lists you and walks away with you.
Oh my god, this is some fucking Bowser Peach bullshit. It's great.
We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out now. Like, sup fucker, we're gonna hang out now. Lifts you over my shoulder and walks away with you. And then, like, scales a building with you over my shoulder.
I really...
So we're just chilling on the roof. Go ahead.
This whole thing is amusing me. So I'm assuming this is quite a light-hearted training sequence then.
Yeah, it's lighthearted. Yeah, we're not, like, really doing much of note. We're just sort of, like, yeah, I'm doing, like, sit-ups with my, like, legs draped, like, hanging from my legs on some part of a building that is not meant to be used for exercise. But, like, you know, I'm not, like, doing it to hardcore train. I'm just doing it because I'm bored and I need something to do with my body.
All right.
What do we notice about each other? What have we heard?
I think you've heard that Kyodi has been seen hanging out with people that didn't make the qualifiers and just sort of like they've been seen just sort of like chilling. They seem to be ignoring the usual sort of faction lines, just talking to most people. Like,
interesting.
And I think their hair is like braided back, and it's like this super thick, chunky braid. Like it's braided back from the sides and then hangs down their back, and it's sort of like. I think they were possibly getting ready to do some training themselves, and they're in like a loose like racerback style.
Oh, perfect! Great timing.
And like leggings, barefoot, and just sort of like they were clearly not expecting to get picked up. But like I do like the notion that maybe they were going to be doing some training of their own, and you saw them just like, oh, brilliant. So
like, oh, awesome, perfect.
Your dress,
great timing.
What did they notice about Daydream?
What they notice about Daydream is that, he seems sort of generally unconcerned about the competition, because for them it's really more about, like, the joy of competing than it is about, like, yeah, the joy, winning is great and it's awesome and I should do it every time, but I just like the feeling of crushing my enemies. You know? It's fun to win rather than like I have to win for reason.
Sure.
So yeah. So he's not training super hard. He's just like sort of, you know, working out to work out for the sake of working out because it's fun.
All right.
So he seems like generally pretty like chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god, I have to remind myself what his fucking voice sounds like again.
Taco
And get ready
from
to
TV.
I know it's. We have to cut all that shit out though, because we can't like say that on our podcast.
It's fine.
We'll just bleep it.
We'll
All right.
Redacted. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading the questions and being like, right, this is this kind of game, huh? Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Go for it. By all means, have at it.
Okay. I am better versed in this technique than you. Do you let me teach you? And elaborate on what technique this could possibly be.
See, I know how the game mechanic works, like with like because you award tokens based on yes answers. Well, not tokens. Get points, and if you answer yes, the other person gets to flip a coin, and then heads get you tokens. But also, I feel like I completely back to the name for Daydream is like very sort of strength based and like moving that, and I think like they offered like an encouraging thing, and that's not how Kyodi works. I like the thought that Daydream's doing this thing, and Kyodi's just like, no,
like I'm good.
And instead gets
Kyodi voice. I'm good.
Gets them to call out while they do it. So, like, if you want to be helpful, do this. And asks them to come up with different animals and birds one at a time.
Oh, to turn into?
Mm-hmm. Like a speed round.
That's kind of fun.
So.
It's fucking speed round, just like, yeah. It's funny that, like, you say that, because it's like, the beginning of this prompt is, I'm better versed at this technique than you.
Well, yeah, you're better versed at the technique that you're doing.
Oh, yeah. So instead of, no, you don't let me teach you, instead you're just like, no, do that.
I'm doing my own thing and getting you to help me with that. And it's like, well, I'm here.
Yeah. Perfect.
I start to burn out from the training. Do you encourage me to rest?
Oh. Interesting. What does burning out from changing into different animals look like?
The changes become slower. I think they look like they take more work to do. And like when they return to humanoid, there's probably like they're sweating. Like it's like any workout. Like it uses energy to do it. So.
All right. Sorry, I'm like bracing myself because I have to. I'm playing not just the shitty voice, but also I'm playing a Vriska, which means that I have to also be shitty about it.
Of course, I understand.
Bracing myself to be mean because it's hard for me. So yeah, I think Daydream kind of like stops doing his like weird upside down pull ups, or I guess upside down sit ups, and goes. Hey, you're slowing down a little bit there. Looks like maybe you should if you're not up for this kind of training, maybe you should take a second, cuz fuck. Look at don't laugh at me for having a hard time being mean. It's like, well, I mean, if you're not up for it, I guess you could just stop.
No, I like it. I'm laughing because it's just very good. All right. And I think you get shot a bit of a dirty look, but also Coyote does sort of sit down for a bit and just sort of centers themselves a little bit. And just sort of like, okay, I will. Do I look like I need your approval? And so, yes, wicked.
Second question. Oh, it's fun. It looks like there's some sort of sparring element, or there could be some sort of sparring element to this. Mm-hmm. That sounds fun. I notice how incredibly late it is. Do you stay with me despite the hour?
I feel like yes, because they've gotten back into the swing of things. And this is actually useful for them to be doing. And also, they probably have their own reasons for being here, or maybe they want to keep you here. For whatever reason. So
that's interesting.
So yes.
Huh. Fun.
Final question. Because I'm intrigued and also of who I am as a person, our efforts bring us into close contact. Do you linger?
Not only do I linger, I probably make some sort of shitty joke.
Nice.
So our efforts bring us into close contact. Do I linger? Yes. I also make just the most fucking ridiculous facial expression. Go, oh hey, you come here often.
Lord. I feel like in response to that, an eyebrow goes up, and then like they dart forward a little bit, like they're going to bite you, and then don't. But that's sort of like that, and you realize how sharp their teeth are.
That's gonna get a Jesus Christ.
Fantasy Jesus?
Fantasy Jesus Christ. Better?
All right. But yeah, I feel like maybe that's the moment where they sort of like, I think that's enough for today. And sort of pulls the tie off the bottom of their braid and shakes their hair out and then turns into a bird and flies off the top of the roof.
Fucking bye, I guess. Jeez. Like, alright. I just fucking scale the side of the building back down again.
All right, so
Just go, whoop, whoop.
okay.
And I'm on the ground.
So I answered yes to one of your questions, so you get to flip one coin, and you answered yes to both of mine, so I get to flip two.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're saying one's a heads and two is tails?
Yep. Heads.
Both tails.
So do I get a point?
You get a token. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Alrighty. And then another tick on the final countdown.
Yeah, which fills it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Hi, it's August, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on your podcast platform of choice, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about us using the FTLcast hashtag. We are also part of a nonprofit podcasting guild called Standing Stones Productions. We do a variety of shows, including The Room Where It Happened and Dumb Kids Playing Hero, 2 actual play shows, and a Steven Universe discussion podcast called Gay Space Rocks. We also do live streams at twitch.tv/standingstonesprod. You can keep up with everything that we do on Twitter at stones_standing. Unfortunately, Standing Stones was already taken. Your support means a lot. Thanks again!